Okay, starting once again. All right. Are you able to focus a tiny bit?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna read this. Um, I was looking up the voting records and stuff, and as I said in the failed recording, because my daughter just, good grief. Um, and she started turning my thing into her play toy stuff. I'm like, this is my camera, not yours. You know, you got all the fun you can have, but you're gonna waste it on mine. So no, it ain't working out like
Okay.
that. So I'm looking up Tulsi Gabbard's voting record. And I don't know how accurate this is. It seems to be a little conflation, and it's hard to really discern how serious I should take this or not. And it could be all true. It's just wording, basically framing. And as I say, someone's voting record isn't how they are voting now or will vote. It just lets you know what they are capable of. Just to get that out there, because that was in the original and I'm making it shorter. So it says summary of voting record. Okay, so it says Representative Gabbard opposes big business, foreign and humanitarian aid. So it sounds like she opposes foreign and humanitarian aid. That's what it sounds like.
Uh,
Taxing the middle class, domestic surveillance, and supports consumer protection, disaster relief, funding education, environmental protection, financial sector regulation, gun control, public health, humane immigration policy, labor rights and wages, LGBT rights, avoiding default, poverty amelioration, racial equality, increasing revenues, taxing the wealthy, countering Russian interference, a robust safety net, higher spending, and women's rights. I like and oppose at the same time. In terms, I like it and I dislike that women's rights came last. That should be somewhere in the middle or further to the front. You know, that's where that should be. Or maybe they'll just put things in alphabetical order. But you're gonna have to help me out on this, all right, CT, because from what it reads, she opposes foreign and humanitarian aid. Is there a reason to oppose helping others?
uh,
Are you,
it
you
depends on.
are you all
And
right?
that's the problem with that statement that was given. It did not have any context. Now she does say, in a general sense, yeah, I'm against just going around doing foreign slash quote unquote humanitarian, because quote unquote humanitarian aid involves a bunch of soldiers just standing around doing nothing, and that's not great. Now, as far as foreign aid is concerned, that also depends on the content. So it's kind of like I would need way more specificity before I'm like, that's bad. So
Hmm.
like right now, just based on that one sentence,
I
like it's got to get
am,
way more specific before I'm either opposed or for it.
yeah. It's like I oppose humanitarian aid to a government that is hurting its own people. So aiding the people that's being hurt isn't going to help them at all. It'll drain our resources and not solve the problem of what's hurting them in the first place. That's the problem.
Right.
What is it? I'm recording. What is it?
I'm done checking. find math.
So you're done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Find a book or something like that to read, or write down, or make notes of what you went over today in school. You could do that. Whatever you went over, you can go over. You write little notes that help you remember the most important parts of it and stuff. Your mom doesn't want you getting on the computer probably until after she gets home anyway. So that's going to be a thing. I mean, she didn't say you couldn't go outside and record. She didn't say that. That's not on the area, so you can take the camera, go outside and record.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a kid too. I know how to weasel my way around certain rules.
Yep, yep.
I am trying to invite this person on. I'm trying to. She is like anti-democrat, anti-republican.
Okay.
Um,
Anyway, other than the foreign and domestic thing, is there any others that you can think of that?
no, I don't see nothing else seems that confusing. I mean, I like everything that she's for. Um, Here's the thing. Part of me is I get it. So here's the thing. At first, when it's she opposes taxing the middle class. There's a part of me that's like the middle class is fine. I was just watching a video where this person was going through a bag where people threw out like things that would cost like clothing, cashmere and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, like,
So she said opposed to taxing the middle.
yes, and you know, I'm like the middle class is fine. They make enough money. They just need to stop living outside their means.
Right.
That's about it. But at the same time, here's what how I would word
Well,
it.
the thing with the middle class, in general sense, at least in America, the middle class basically is how do I describe? They're high class junkies.
The middle class wants to be where the upper class is, and the lower class want to be where the middle class is, and the lower class is to remind the middle class this could be you, so stay at that career job you got. Don't get any
Right.
ideas.
And so I'm okay with her saying that because most people who are quote unquote in the middle class do not have a good enough savings to really even call themselves that, but they're considered that anyway.
Yeah. See,
If they had enough savings to be above board consistently, then I'd be like, yeah, okay.
the way I would word
They're a
it,
true middle class. But
the way I would word it is I oppose taxing the middle class any further.
that would be a better way to.
That's just how I would throw it out there.
The main thing is if the middle class are paying less than the 1% in overall taxes, it's a problem. Because the middle class do not have to do what's necessary,
I'm trying to invite someone.
while the ultra rich do.
The ultra rich got options, and their options are
Yeah,
based.
that's why they're called the ultra rich.
Yeah, 'cause they can do what they want to do because they have the money.
Yep.
Well, who I'm inviting, she hates both sides. She's pissed off. There's these bills and stuff that she's talking about. So you might have some insight more on this because I'm not a political junkie. That's not my goal. That's not mine. Let's see. So she did join. the server, because I told her we ain't going to sit here and bag on her, hate her, or anything like that. She's got her ideas, she's got her things, and we're just going to converse and talk about it. That's pretty much it. Let's see if I can. Oh, there she go.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Can you hear me fine?
Yep.
Okay.
This is GCG. So.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
So I'm gonna have to add the name here. GCG. Put that there. There we go. All right. So you are right now going to be our little celebrity because you're the one that has a lot of rage out anger going on. So I'm like,
I do. Oh, I'm so pissed right now. So pissed.
yeah. So let's talk about this. What are you pissed about?
Hang on. Let me take some of my medicine first, because I'm a bit riled up after seeing all this crap.
All right.
Actually, I'll put a link to what I'm talking about if you haven't heard. I mean, it's all over the fucking news though. It's this right here. Massachusetts tried to make it illegal to call somebody a bitch. Oh my fucking god. This is a clear violation of the First Amendment. I do not like fucking political correctness at all. I mean, I'm against targeted bullying, which is, that's like when you have an entire, constant harassment, constant attacks, constant abuse. That I can see making illegal. Seeing just somebody calling somebody a bitch illegal? No. Oh my god. This is why the Democrats are going to lose in 2020, because they do stupid shit like this.
I agree.
and that's why we need a distinction between Democrats and progressives, because
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because if you just look at progressive, you're like, okay, you're a Democrat, so what makes you any different? You're a Democrat. And it's like, no, we have these policies. It's like, okay, where are they? It don't seem any different than the other Democrats. And it's like, they're vastly different. You just need to listen. Well, I can't listen. I only watch these few news shows, and that's it. And it's like, branch out. Nope, not going to branch out. So you don't want to learn anything, and you don't want to understand that we're different. Nope, but tell me how you're different. It's like, what the fuck? Average voter. In part one, I went over that with Trump and stuff. How I went over, GCG, you might hate this, but I went over why Trump is perfect.
He's perfect. He's perfect for teaching humanity a lesson, that's for sure.
He's doing exactly what humanity wants him to do, and that's the messed up part.
Yep. That's why I had it. You see, America has this big problem. They think that politics is left to right. It's a line. No, if you check out this website right here, you'll notice it's actually a square, and there's 4 segments of it. Now, the GOP, they're all in the very far upper right. The moderate Democrats are in the upper right, a little bit closer to the center, except for Hillary Clinton, who's all the way on the fucking right. And then you've got like Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard, who are in the lower left, and they're the progressives. And you've got like Joe Biden and all them that are sitting right in the middle. And these centrists are the ones that are actually doing the most damage now.
Yep. And honestly, I absolutely hate with a burning passion the whole left-right dynamic.
Yeah, me too.
Left-right dynamic is the perfect recipe for tribalism.
The perfect
like, oh, some people are left and some people are right. Who's better? No, fuck you.
Yeah,
that's how you. Say again? I couldn't hear you that.
Thank God. It's a very ridiculous problem we've got going here.
It's said that
I'm a communist, and basically the way I think it should go is the only laws we should have are laws stopping people from harming other people. Everything else should not be a law at all. It shouldn't be even illegal. If there's nobody harmed, law's not broken. That's how I feel.
When the government tries to stop you from saying certain things, that is when it's breaking the Constitution. That's going against it. That's breaking the law right there. And that's what people need to understand. The government cannot impede on your freedom of speech or expression. Now, somebody else can that's not government or thereof, but the government cannot do it. So, but then again, there is a law in Massachusetts that in a marriage, or relationship of any magnitude, the male cannot yell at the female. That's a law.
Fuck laws like that. This country's gone off the fucking rails. I don't agree with any of it, really. I mean, I have never been more repulsed by anything in my life than I am by American culture, American law, and American society. It is the most horrible, reprehensible, fucking agonizing to watch thing that I've ever seen. It's the worst. It is the absolute worst in the world, because at least with the terrorists, you know where they stand. All these people are fucking backstabbing jackasses.
Yeah,
they are, and I you know what? I would like to disagree, but I can't. It's impossible.
There's one thing. There's one thing you gotta give to the terrorists. They're honest.
Yeah. They are, that is. I do give that to them. They're honest. You know, that's something you can give to just about any of these like horribly like harmful, evil people. Is at least they're freaking honest. But then you've got the GOP and even the Democrats doing all sorts of stupid shit, claiming to do good for people when it's actually hurting people, like the plastic bags ban. All that did was hurt the poor people, because now we're having to shell out extra money for garbage bags, because we used to reuse those plastic bags as garbage bags, and then they banned them in the state. Or how about the fact that alcohol can't be served in strip clubs here in Washington, making that pretty much a non-starter as a fucking profession. That's why I have to move to Oregon if I want to join that profession. And now, let's make it illegal to call people names. That's stupid. You know, I mean, make it illegal to target bully people or like straight up bigotry. You know, why is it they want to ban the use of the word bitch, but not the KKK marching through the streets?
Exactly. Yeah. Perfect comparison. That's what that was right there. Look. What Dusty Smith, somebody who said something, was like, oh, so you're gonna act like a bitch, you know, that's your prerogative, and then he got banned from Twitter. You know, it's like, what the fuck? And he got banned from Facebook for saying roughly the same thing. So this is
you all right there?
Oh yeah. Just taking my hit.
Okay. Hey, GCG, you know, she's about the green. Sound kind of pulmonary, just to be honest with you. But
it was one of my first hits of the day, and I haven't quite woken up all the way yet.
Oh, you just got it. I woke up about 2.5 hours ago. So, no, 2 hours ago.
About half an hour ago for me.
Whew.
I'm one of those working people that have to wake up at 4. I'm about ready to go to sleep, but I also got to go to night school.
If you go to night school and the sun is up, then you're a liar.
What? You broke up a little.
I said, if you go to night school and the sun is still up, you are a liar.
Nah. Night school starts at 6 and then ends at 9:30. That's fucking night school.
Oh, man.
And then on top of that, it's 40 minutes away from my house. So.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
If you want to do something decent, it's always a long way away. That's the problem. Now the plastic bag thing. Here's my thing on the plastic bags. All right. Are they harmful when misused? Yes. But how do you solve it? Here's how you solve all the trash.
You make it so. Hang on. I can. It's easy to solve. They've made biodegradable plastic. Just make it so that all plastic has to be made biodegradable. Boom. Problem fucking solved.
Honestly, yeah, there you go. You know, yeah. I'll put it in landfills and turn it into renewable energy for cities. It's been done a few times already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but right now.
All right, this is a bit off topic, but like I gotta get this random thought out of my head.
All right.
In South Florida, we have the one energy company called FPL, Florida Power and Light. And in FPL, they run commercials for, and every single time I'm like, who the hell are you running this for? You are a monopoly. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's like Duke Power and some Duke Power, Verizon and AT&T and all these places, they've done the same thing. Google has become a monopoly.
Okay, hold on. At least with the things you just said, there is technically one or two other options. Florida Power and Light is a 100% true monopoly. There is no option other than Florida Power and Light, unless you're making your own power.
You know what? This is where I'm going to praise the left here, especially in my area, because in where I live in Port Angeles, there is no private power company. It's run by the city, and my monthly electric bill is about $35.
What?
That's nice. That's pretty good.
Yep. This is why I say anything people need should not be part of capitalism. And electricity is something people need in this day and age.
Yeah, if you need it, it should not be monetized like that. It should not be.
You should be able to get it at cost if it's something you need.
And I mean, our electric bill is literally in the ballpark of $122 to $170 a month.
Oh yeah, I know what it's like in the South.
Yep.
I lived there for a while.
We live down here in the Bible Belt.
Yep. The Bible thumping capitalists.
Yes. And then
The worst of both.
Funniest thing.
Bible thumping capitalists. Yeah. Because that's what it is. Bible thumping capitalists. And they all don't like capitalism, but say you can't live without it.
Yeah, and none of them actually follow the words of their savior, Jesus. I mean,
look. They're capitalists first. They're Bible thumping second. Because if they were Bible thumping first, then they couldn't be capitalists. Because Jesus, the character Jesus was immensely socialist. He was communist before communist was a thing.
Jesus Christ was a communist 1,800 years before communism was invented.
Yeah. He's authoritarian as hell, but he was all about everybody having the share of the wealth.
Yeah.
So, whenever I hear that rhetoric of, oh, Jesus wants us all to be rich, everybody needs to be wealthy beyond care. That's why we're capitalists. What?
I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna throw two words out there. Wealth porn. Because if the lower class gets enough money to be well off, the middle class will say, wait a minute, how are we middle class if they're making as much as we are? Now we're with them, so we need more money. And then the wealthy, they're going to be like, wait a minute, whoa. You can't come up to our level. We need more money. And it's like, this is stupid. Let's just all live and be well. You know, like Demolition Man, be well. Why not be that way? You know, I'm sure that went over a lot of people's heads. That's an old movie.
Yeah, it went over my head, but I'm okay with the message.
Hey, if you get a chance, find that movie and watch it, Demolition Man. It's.
Oh, I love fucking Demolition Man. That's one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. I love how they keep like swearing. I like when he does it. He can't figure out how to use the 3 seashells, so he swears a bunch of times to get the paper to use.
Yes. Also, and it's all
villains ever. Simon Phoenix is great. I love him.
They also show how they gave a great glimpse into how stupid society is. It's very short and it's very subtle, but it's right there when he goes, hey, there's those 3 seashells, and then the guy looks at Huxley and is like, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. It's like he's finding it a joke and funny, and find him stupid to not know how to use something that he was never taught or even knew about.
Yeah, and he knew that at the time because he knew the guy had just been let out of the freaking prison.
Yes.
Yeah. It's way of showing how the right idea can go terribly wrong.
Because I'll be honest with you, I was really hoping they would show how to use those 3 seashells. I was really
actually in my bathroom I've got like these little these, you know, those like bath things you can drop in to get like soap and bubbles and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I've got them shaped like seashells, and I've got 3 of them, 3 pink seashells, and I've got them lined up next to the toilet.
That's perfect. That's comedy every time you look at it right there.
I know.
And then you just kind of
people that came over knew about Demolition Man because I mean, as we get older and older and younger people around, people haven't seen the damn movie anymore and they don't know what the joke is.
I mean, and you can tell them when you go into the bathroom, look away from the seashells and just start cursing a lot. They would never get it. But if they saw the movie, then they would start laughing. Because he went up there and he cursed as much as he could. And yes, in Demolition Man, that cursing was against the rules. So
yep, that was a great fucking movie. I loved it.
Yo, Conquer Thought, watch it. Find that movie and watch it. You can do it today, and you're gonna laugh a lot. You're gonna laugh,
well,
but it's also satire.
I'm gonna be honest. I definitely can't do it today, but I will definitely do it some other day.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's physically impossible for me to watch a full movie today. Like, there's no way.
Aw. My chopsticks keep distracting me. I go to a Chinese restaurant and I will pull out some chopsticks. I like using chopsticks. I'm sitting here showing them to the camera. I know y'all can't see them, but on the playback, though, on YouTube, you'll be able to see them, little chopsticks.
Yeah.
I tried to use chopsticks a few times, but I can't really get the hang of it.
You can't? Oh.
All right. Look, I'm a bit too good at chopsticks, and I'm also ambidextrous, like mostly ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous the same way. Trump's an environmentalist. Like, both sides suck. Like, I am. My handwriting is awful, regardless of which hand I use.
Oh man, I tried writing with my right hand, and it was only good to see how I used to write with my left hand when I was 5. That's pretty much all I do. You know, man.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to train to be ambidextrous.
It's hard, but it's doable.
Yeah. The hardest part is learning to write with your offhand. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to pick up, but I'm getting better at doing a bunch of other things with my left hand.
Like my right hand. My right hand. I'm sorry.
That too.
In that department, I guess I'm exceedingly ambidextrous. I'm probably more unorthodox than anything at that moment. So.
Do you switch hands in the middle?
You got to keep your endurance up. You don't want to lose the moment.
Switch hands every other stroke.
Everyone's like, "What in the hell are they talking about?" Oh, we're adults talking about adult things. If you can't handle adult things, then go find some Sesame Street episodes or something. You know.
I'm not sure which is easier. You masturbating with your offhand or me masturbating with my offhand. I mean, well, on the one hand, like you got to do like the strokey thing, and me, I like got to dig in there and you know. More talent. I mean.
I would honestly, if you've been doing it a while, you don't notice which one is worse. The idea is to finish. That's just me though. The idea is to finish.
I can finish plenty easily.
Yeah.
I gotta show this up. You know what? No, I'm not gonna put this with this video here. I'm gonna show off a mug that I bought, but I'm not going to conflate a pro wrestler with this topic. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, I didn't realize that the stuff I was posting was in the David Gibson channel. Oops, sorry. I thought I was clicked on this one, and I thought that it would do that, but
no, you can just put it up there in a general chat or something like that. You can put it there.
Sorry about that. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I didn't realize. Hang on, where is general chat? I don't see general chat.
I forgot that I can put you guys on speaker again.
Yeah, you can. Oh, it's called Open Lobby. My bad. Open Lobby or something like that.
And here's the other
Open Lobby or self promote or something like that.
There you go.
The self promote let's see, political compass. Okay, yeah, put that in there. Yeah, and when I read that, we already went over it, but yeah, the whole Massachusetts legislature will discuss a bill that would make the B word illegal. Now, see, if you didn't tell me this, I would have been like, what is the B word?
If the fucking news can't say the goddamn word, what the hell is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
Some words, okay, you got the idea, but this, I'm like, what? I wonder if they're doing this to get people riled up so it's a distraction from what they really want to do. I wonder. Because
I mean, here's the thing. I think it's possible that that's what they're doing. I just think they're too dumb to actually be doing that. I think they're just that dumb.
I'm honestly not sure. I believe there are maybe a handful of them that are puppet mastering the whole thing.
Yeah, it's possible that there's a good amount that are puppet mastering.
Yeah, like
but
I don't.
At the same time,
I don't believe in any of the deep state or Illuminati conspiracies, but I do know that the rich elite control everything in the fucking world. I don't think they have any special group name, mind you. I think they're just a bunch of blokes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, all they have to do is agree with each other, right? So.
Yep. And then whatever happened? What the fuck ever happened to the people saying we want this, and the government saying we will get you that? Why the fuck is it that we have no say, no knowledge, and the government's like, we're going to do this for us, and you just got to deal with it? Oh yeah, and if you don't like it, argue amongst yourselves and see if that's going to get any change. It ain't got any change in the past 60 fucking years. It sure as hell ain't going to get any change in the next 60 days. So people need to get their power back and start demanding from the government instead of asking the government. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And I say government because I don't want to sit here and try to label every single branch, every sub-branch, a sub-branch of that branch. No, so I just say government in general.
Yep. Oh, hold on. All right, I got a few more minutes before my girlfriend gets here.
All right. And yes, my mug is up here for everyone to see on camera and stuff like that. So if you watch the show, you want to see what I look like, there you go. I think I've already showed you a little bit anyway, a long time ago. But you get to see me, facial hair growing in. I got to cut this off. I don't see.
Where are you saying you're at?
It'll be on the playback when I upload this to YouTube.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, this is the OBS studio section right here. I'm designating areas for OBS and then private and things like that. And if you want your own space up here, you can have your own conversational or whatnot. So if there are people or would like to have certain conversations, you can have your own section, your voice channel and your text channel. So that goes for anybody, come up here. You're decent, sound-minded. Hey, come up here, you can get your own spot and whatnot and have all the conversations. And also, if you got OBS Studio and you want to record these conversations that you have with me or somebody else, do so. Content for your area, have fun with it. That's how I see it.
I am considering, because me and Mr. Pony are talking, and he basically wants me to make a video explaining all my stuff against the right wing and Trump, but without using any anger, without using any of that stuff. And once things from the last blow up on YouTube kind of fall over, I'm planning on doing that because I can do it. It's just usually I don't bother because it doesn't usually matter.
Some people conflate anger with passion, and
that's why I don't like that's why off the top of my first reaction to you describing that is I wouldn't like it. Because
you're upset. I want to hear it.
As long as you explain your issues, to it, I have no problem with you being angry or mad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, drop all the F-bombs, B-bombs you want. Just explain your reasoning and why. That's all I want to hear, your reasonings.
I agree with you completely, but apparently there's a lot of people who are overly sensitive, and if you're aggressive, they'll just disagree with you because they want to rebel against people who are aggressive because humans are stupid.
Fuck them. They're weak. They're weak. Fuck them.
But they are the majority. That's the problem. We've got at some point we do got to make that. We got to build that bridge.
Okay, hold up. Here's the problem with that logic. If you cater to that weakness, there's no reason for them to be strong.
There you go.
Not about catering to their weakness. It's about because I mean, okay, let me use an example. Like my mental illness. Like I'm autistic.
Right.
Sometimes I don't grasp things unless they're explained a certain way, and then and then I can understand it. It's the same thing with them. They need it explained a certain way because of their own like little mental like quirks. And you know what? That's fine because everybody's different. I can accept that as long as they're willing to listen.
I can accept that.
If they're willing to listen, I can accept that. But if they're like that and then I talk and then they just blow me off, then it's like, okay, what was the point,
Right.
You got some people that no matter how calm you talk and how well you explain yourself, if you disagree with anything that's Trumpian-like, they're not going to listen anyway. Same thing about Bernie Bros and, people that support Warren and things like that. So
there's always going to be some level of cult mentality in political support.
Yep.
That's just how it is. Like, and by the way, that's another thing that really pisses me off with Bernie supporters that belittle and or smear Tulsi.
I love Tulsi. Tulsi was my fucking candidate.
Yeah. Hey, Bernie is my candidate just because
he's the only one
No. Because
that's my reason.
On the few things I disagree with him on, he doesn't make it worse.
For me, it's not. I don't actually disagree with Bernie on much of anything except for maybe the Second Amendment. What I have my problem with Bernie is that he is an 80-year-old white man, which old white men are what caused all these problems in the first place. I'm ready for youth and I'm ready for a woman. And Tulsi Gabbard was a young woman, very intelligent. Now she would have been great, but instead, it's like, fuck it.
Look, I agree with the fact that historically, old white people have caused all the problems, but that doesn't really mean anything. Old white men. Yes, that's true. I should be more specific. Historically, yes, that is absolutely 100% true. I have no problems admitting to that. But if an old white man has all the right policies and then I don't care. I'm not going to bash that individual based on what everyone else of that description has done. It's just not something I can accept.
Yeah. Yep.
And on that, the major thing that I disagree with Tulsi on is her rhetoric on Medicare for all. That's the one major actual critique I have. All the others are slight stylistic things, or I don't like that you're trying this type of strategy kind of thing, but I accept it, that kind of stuff.
Honestly, I have one huge problem with the entire Medicare for all system, and that's that Medicare ain't that fucking great. I know people on Medicare, and they still have huge expenses. What I support is Medicaid for all. Medicaid for all would be a million times fucking better than Medicare for all, because in Medicare for all, people are still going to be shelling out too much money and going bankrupt. Just not quite
all right. Hold on. I agree. If Bernie's policy didn't actually account for that, I would agree. Like if we just said, hey, let's turn the Medicare system for everybody, or the Medicaid system for everybody, then I would agree. But what Bernie's Medicare for all bill, and that's what I'm saying, the Medicare for all bill, not the rhetoric, not the million different ways people have said it. The Medicare for all bill improves upon Medicare and then expands it to everybody. It's not just, we're gonna take the semi okay, semi not okay system of Medicare and leave it as is, but expand it to everybody.
Yeah. So, well,
So that-
I mean, if he can get that through and like that and get it all changed, then more power to him. But I'm worried about him being able to pull that off because the Democrats have their heads up their asses too at this.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. The Democrats are.
Biden is against Medicare straight up. Fuck Biden. Biden's a piece of shit. I would, if it comes down to Biden versus Trump, I'm gonna write my name when I vote.
Honestly, I'm thinking about doing that too. If it's got to come down to two people I don't like, I'm gonna write my own name in.
Yeah, I will not vote for Biden, even against Trump. I will not even do it as an anti-Trump vote. I would vote for myself before I'd vote for Biden.
Biden is what the Republicans used to be. All the racism is covered up. All the hate is covered up. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah, if America wants to keep a two-party system, it's really simple. Get rid of the GOP, split the Democrats in half, and let the freaking establishment Democrats be the right wing, and the progressives be the left wing.
That would make all the sense in the world. But then again, we don't got much sense in this world.
We still have a two-party system, but it would be a better two-party system than the one we got now.
If you did that, nobody would vote for anything less than progressive. It's in the fucking name, people. If you're listening, progressive. It needs to move forward. If anyone out there that's listening, it means to move forward. You know.
Yep. You know what? I really hate when they call us regressives because if you actually look at the definition of the word regressive and then you compare the two, regressive means going backwards, and that's exactly what the people that call us regressive are trying to do.
It's very, very literal in that sense.
You know what? I gotta say something because GCG, she sparked that just then. Because when way before this thing really got started with Trump and whatnot, they kept calling it the regressive left, and I get it, but I think what was really going on is not the left. I don't think the left was going backwards. I think people were actually waking up that the left was never going forward. I think that's what was happening. So they call it a regression when it never was. The left was supposed to be incremental at best, but keep things, steady as it is, where Republicans want to take it backwards and take away from the people. And I think that's what the battle was, but people woke up to that shit and they saw the fucking difference. I think that's what happened.
Well, here's the thing, is that they weren't really calling they weren't really calling like the establishment Democrats the regressives. They were calling the progressives the regressives. They were literally flipping what we were and using it as an insult.
I've met them only in the past 5 or 6 months, so I'm a little late to that game, but
they're just it's a stupid, full flat insult that doesn't make any sense.
It's projection.
But people are stupid.
Yeah, that's our argument, GCG, that people are just stupid, and the idea is to be less stupid every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Stupid people piss me off.
My absolute definition of stupid is someone that knows better and does not act accordingly. That's my definition.
Yep, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those in the world right now, especially.
You got people out there, they look, you know not to be racist, but you do it anyway. For what reasons? Don't matter, you do it. You know you shouldn't just shoot some black unarmed person or unarmed Mexican or an Asian just walking down the fucking street. You know you shouldn't do that, but you do it anyway.
Or even worse is, how they're always saying, well, if you've got a gun and you see a shooter, take him out, and then a black person does that and then the cops come and shoot him. It's like, what? Okay, so do you want us to shoot the bad guys with our guns or not? And then 2 of them happen in Texas and not one of those trigger-happy fuckheads actually shot the goddamn shooter. So as far as I'm concerned, the Second Amendment's a joke.
Now, here's a reverse on it. Here's the
thing about the Second Amendment it's outdated. That's all it really needs to be said about it.
Yeah, all that stuff is outdated.
Well, no, most of the stuff is based on social
Yeah.
social norms and
Yeah,
stuff.
when I say
So
it's
technically,
outdated,
it will never be outdated.
It's the wording.
But the
They need,
Second
they
Amendment.
need to update the wording of it, the way it's worded, because it's some of it is too wordy.
Well, no. They need to scrap it and start over. Because let's be honest about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was made in a time when the most dangerous weapon you had was a cannon.
Yep. And the most dangerous weapon a person could technically have would be one of those fucking
Muskets.
Yeah, muskets.
Yep.
You know, those things take like a minute and a half to fucking reload.
Yep.
Yeah, like, hey, yeah, you're defending yourself, but it's not like you can upend society just because you can defend yourself.
So somehow
That's what the Second Amendment at that time was.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if there were machine guns in the founding fathers' time, they would have been a little bit more specific on that wording and not made it up.
It's like, okay, let's not let rank and file humans have tanks. Let's not do that. That's not a great idea.
Can you imagine somebody walking down the street with a cannon, just pulling that heavy thing, saying it's my right to have this? Can you imagine him?
It is my right to bear arms. This is my arm. Deal with it.
and then to update it, I would actually have to do a video. On, well, a white guy with a cannon didn't get taken down, but this black guy with a cannon did. I would have to have that.
Hi guys, my girlfriend's here now, so I'm gonna be heading out. So it was a nice chat.
All right.
Nice chat.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for dropping by.
Yep, no problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was GCG. That's who that was. Yeah,
the Green CatGurl.
Yep. Took her name off the discussions. Green CatGurl. Yep. Yeah, she's a lively something, isn't she? I can see my voices now. Yeah, it's all off now. That's what I didn't want to. This is annoying. It's camera stuff. I don't know what cameras everyone uses. Maybe my computer just I need a new power pack or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a techie like that. Crap. Yeah, that's happening. Peel this off. I got a little blip from somebody. Oh crap. I'm not doing that. I'm just not giving that any credit at all. Oh man. When Sidra rolls up, I'm gonna have to end this too. This one 47 minutes, but it's been absolutely entertaining. So
it has been.
This is not your toy. No, you're not just looking at it. This is what the Republicans do. My daughter, if not for me, she would grow up to be a perfect Republican. She comes in the camera, and she's standing there. She wants to be in the camera, I guess, to be validated in some way. So then she starts making little faces, and I'm like, "This is not your toy." And then she's like, "I'm just looking at it." No, you weren't just looking at it. You were trying to play in the damn thing. So it's, that's what. To me, that's what the weakest, dumbest people do. And be like, you're saying that about your 9-year-old. Yeah, she's 9. She's trying to do what she wants to do and will say anything to make this just to get out of it and just to get away with it. That's the point. The problem is these Republicans and whatnot, they are grown-ass people doing this. They know better. They know better, and they will not act like it. You know not to wear a shirt with the N-word on it. You know what the rebel flag is. You know what the Confederate flag is. You know that these statues are wrong. They went up in the 60s and 70s, and you know that they are commemorating hatred, racism, and bigotry. You know that. And then you'll say it's heritage. Then what is your heritage? What is it? Because right now, all you want to do is harken back to racism, ran amok. You're pretty much getting that. You should be happy. You're trying to harken back to slavery. No, we're not, but that's when America was great to y'all. You know, like one dude said, "No, my parents didn't. My great grandparents didn't own slaves. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?" And it's like, whoa, that stopped them from having a slave because it cost too much? Are you out of your fucking mind? It's stuff like that. Yeah. You know what? It's not even a question. No, you are out of your fucking mind. You are out of your fucking mind. Yeah. You know, like Donald Trump. He said, he was talking about, damn it, I can't remember if it was Syria or somewhere else. Southern Syria, maybe? But he was talking about how they have a lot of oil. They have a massive oil area. Why can't we have some of it? And it's like, you want it just because it's there. You know? It's like, you literally point out that they have a lot of oil. Whether it's Iraq, Syria, somewhere in the Middle East, they've got a lot of oil, and we get nothing. That's what he said. They have a lot of oil, and we don't get anything of it. That right there is what you literally call entitlement. They have a lot. Yep. We should have some. How about applying that principle to your dumbasses, to all these wealthy elite cunts out there? How about that? They have all this money. Why can't we have some of it?
Yeah, it's just a lot of not thinking things through. And I can forgive that if they actually move forward. They do not. They do not. The vast majority of the time, they're like, I'm just gonna think that I deserve this because reasons.
There you go. And then and look, I'm like this. Let's solve this oil process crap. How about we not go for their oil? Instead, let's work on renewable energy. I mean, if we're causing this climate change, global warming. We're causing this. So let's build technology that will use it as well as solving it. You know, I can't remember who or what it was. I don't know. Is it the French or is it somewhere in the Netherlands? But they were like, we're going to solve this CO2 problem. You know, we're going to solve this crap. So they created these vacuums that pull it in and crushes it into diamonds. So they're making diamonds out of the pollutants. And there's only one. And I'm like, why are there not millions? And they plan to put them in the Sahara Desert, like a lot in the Sahara Desert. I'm like, you're making diamonds out of bad air. That's beautiful.
Yep.
That's beautiful. And we shouldn't be a nation of shame and pride. It should be, wait a minute, they did what? How do we help? That's exactly where I would be. That's why I couldn't run this country. Because I'd be like, how do we help you do this? But this country...
Hey, that looks like a good idea. Let's do it.
Capitalism
is... Hey, this looks like a good idea. How do I make it better?
Yep. And capitalism is, okay, we want to do that, but we'll only do that if we can make a profit. And that's why capitalism is absolutely negative to evil and toxic. Because you don't want to do anything good unless you're going to get some money out of it. And I mean a lot of money. Just like people didn't want to support me with my businesses unless it was like, well, why would we do that for you if you're not going to make much money on it? And it's like, what the fuck? Now you're making it so I don't make any money. What the fuck?
Now hold it up.
Throwing it out there.
Capitalism is good for commodities. If what you are purchasing with your money is not a necessity, I'm okay with it. Simple as that.
Capitalism, right now, what capitalism is making the most money as you possibly can. That's what capitalism is. Right.
That is the true capitalist mindset.
So,
but on the like local level of capitalism, on the level of, hey, we're going to make a video game. Why are we going to make this video game? I don't know. Let's make it the best possible video game we can and see if our video game is better than everybody else's. I'm okay with that making as much profit as possible, as long as they treat their workers right. I don't mind.
If your
And that-
workers can't have a decent living working at your job, then either your job needs to not be around at all, or you got to do something to fight the inflation and gross profit of all these other businesses. You know,
If you aren't paying your workers enough for them to survive and feel comfortable in their life, you shouldn't exist. That's just plain and simple. As a business, you should not exist if your workers cannot survive on the wage that you give them.
and
If they have to fight for 3 or 4 months to save up enough money to get car repairs, then you should not exist. You should pay them enough to give them enough cushion to take the blows of everyday living. And then some.
and then some.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I do. Capitalism, though, is about profit, and
Yeah.
I would not have it about profit. The way I would do it is, you got to, this is how much it costs. If it costs for the materials this much, then you sell the item for this to make a moderate profit, not
Well,
a greed.
Hold up. Wait a minute. You just forgot the one part of capitalism that you just accidentally agreed with. The capital of it. Capital is all about the money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to truly get rid of capitalism, you got to get rid of it at its stem and root. Money is no longer a thing. That is a true anti-capitalist stance.
Yeah, that's what I would like it. And I got ideas. Nobody would want to do it because they just seem to be crazy. But I'm just like, but the people want to work within the system to beat the system, and you can't do that. And so for me, it's hard because, I'm like, I know what capitalism is, but no one wants to leave it. So I'm like this. You don't want to leave it, then you kill the greed of it. So that's what my rhetoric is about, killing the greed of capitalism. So
Right.
that's
As,
why I was
as an
saying.
incentive structure, that's the problem with capitalism.
So like for me, if a bar
It fosters greed. It fosters greed.
let's say, like for example, if you kill,
And here's the
it
thing.
does foster greed, but at the same time, if a bar of soap costs like 7 cents to make, one bar of soap, 7 cents to make, there's no need to charge $2 for that damn soap. I can see if you charge 30 cents. There you go. 30 cents for that bar of soap. Now once you get board members and shareholders, then you got to please them. Then it's going to hike it up to $1 something, maybe $2. That's what happens. I would want to get rid of that. That's what I would want to do. I'd want to get rid of that part, because I want somebody to answer this.
Well,
What does Wall Street do?
Hey, dude.
That's what I want someone to answer. What the fuck does Wall Street do?
Dude, I just realized the perfect example, the perfect comparison to make there. What you want to do is get rid of the private socialism and just have plain old socialism. Because that's what shareholders are. They're the socialized group of people under one umbrella.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I
want to get rid of the private socialism.
Yeah, I want to reverse it. Hell, they got so much money. You know what they need to do? They need to just go ahead and keep their money. We cut them off, and then they pay us just so we don't kill them. No, I'm just playing. But just saying, just to reverse it. Just to reverse it. Something better than what we've got now. Anything would almost be better. You could do, okay, do you really got to buy shit? No. we could honestly make everything here. People could do it, quote unquote, for free, and it would be free. And you know what? Instead of people over purchasing things, like, well, I want to buy all of this from the store so nobody else can get any because I don't like this. No, there's a credit. You know, you can only have but so much of any item. So when you purchase it, it goes to that credit of how much you would need, you know, for, I guess, a week or two or whatnot, based on the shelf life of that item. So if you got something that could only last in your refrigerator before it spoils, like a week, then you only need to get credits to get maybe enough for your family or you that, you know, and if you don't have it that week, and if you keep, and that's just personal responsibility, you know, at that moment. But then if you got waste, the waste would go to a landfill nearby where that's turned into methane and used as energy to power homes and other things like that. Let there be an actual cycle to all of this.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, dude, but I'm gonna have to cut everything short because I gotta make some calls.
That's cool.
Stuff I need to do for tomorrow.
Sidra's home and she's taking a while to get out the damn car, but yeah, she's home and I need to get off of this anyway. You know, we man, look, it's about, you know, two hours worth of stuff we did today. That's a record.
Yeah, definitely.
That's some content for the people. But and they get to see. So hey, you know, if y'all made it this far, you know, hey, you know, if you want me to keep showing my mug up here, you know, hey, I guess what Godless Engineer says, stand up and use your voice, you know, be seen and whatnot. I'm probably going to try to find a backdrop for this because all of this is just, you know, no. But hey, I'm keeping it real. It's a mess in here, and maybe we can get this table cleaned off, and Sidra can get back to doing her Wicked Orchard post because I was enjoying her doing those. I was just sitting there watching, and it's great. And you, Conquering Thought, you know, man, you got you know, if you can ever, we can ever have short conversations, you know, while you're at home at any given point, you know, you could, you know, record our conversations, upload it to your channel. You know, I'm still waiting for content from you. I like what you got to say and stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. The main reason that I don't do that is it's more fun to play video games. That's the main thing.
You can play video games and talk.
I know. But at a certain point, I'm juggling too many things because here's what I do when I play video games. I turn on the YouTubes and I just go through stuff that I'm interested in.
Ah, you do that too? Play games with YouTube running in the background?
Yep.
Tell that thing to shut up. I'm talking.
Anyway.
Yeah. She's about to come in. It's been nice talking to you. And I hope you enjoyed Green CatGurl up here. You know, that went into some serious conversations there. So, oh man.
Alrighty.
Bye. Bye. And here you are on the camera.
No, I was.
Here you are. You want to say bye? Because I'm ending this soon. You want to say bye to everybody? You was like, bye.
Bye.